JoJo Has Fun. Hi, welcome to JoJo Has Fun, a comedy let's play with your good buddies. I'm, of course, JoJo, and with me is, of course...
Buddy Jeff.
Buddy Jeff.
The new toy that's sweeping the nation.
Sweeping the nation. Like a broom.
Like an Elmo that you can't get rid of.
Can't quite get rid of him.
Yeah, like a Beanie Baby that has less purpose than an actual Beanie Baby.
There we go. Okay. So this is Doom Eternal, and we are revisiting this game for a little bit because I wanted to try it out. I have not played this game since their first update.
So what has changed, JoJo?
What has changed, and this is the thing that popped up when we loaded it, they have installed into every version of Doom Eternal, well, maybe not the console versions, that wouldn't make sense, Denuvo anti-cheat, which, Jeff, I don't think you know too much about a certain little popular game called Valorant, the current esports darling.
I've been trying so hard to get on the Valorant train, and just because that I am not a quote-unquote gamer...
You are not a gamer.
I'm not allowed.
You are not allowed.
I put my resume in, I waited 3 to 6 weeks, I sent in all the proofs of purchases. You're dead.
I didn't press the right button. Yeah, so Valorant also has this, I believe. Denuvo anti-cheat is what's called a kernel-level anti-cheat program, and the kernel is like the most baseline part of your computer. And if someone was to like screw with it, they could effectively like take control of your computer.
That's scary.
Yeah. So every version of and that might not be totally right, but that's what my misinformed brain thinks.
They would take over your body like some sort of snatcher?
It would be like some sort of snatcher, yes. And that's what everyone's afraid of. They're afraid that Doom Eternal is now a method of being snatchered.
Yeah. I mean, I'm an old man now. And maybe in my early... Uh-oh, that's not good.
That's bad.
In my earlier years, I was definitely day and night, staying up super late, getting snatchered. And I can't do it anymore.
You just can't?
I can't. I get up in the morning, I have my cup of coffee, I read the news, I try to snatcher it up. I try to spend about like from noon to 1 just snatching.
There we go.
It's hard to do.
It's hard to snatcher?
It's hard to snatcher when you've got a body like mine.
No one wants to take it?
It's just the snatch and don't quit, and you wish it would.
Yep. So right now, I'm playing the game with the Denuvo anti-cheat on. For no particular reason other than like...
You don't want to get snatchered.
Well, I actually don't want to play it at home.
Oh, okay.
Like, I have not played this game at all since it did this update.
You were all about this game when it came out.
I mean, like, I'm not lying when I say, like, this is a great game. But the thing that they did to it was really, really bad. It was, and like, oddly enough, they immediately decided to go back on it. Like,
how so?
The next update's going to take it out.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. Right now, this game has, like, negative reviews.
Is it because of the anti-snatcher? Oh, the snatcher pro technology.
Yeah, because of the anti-snatcher technology that they introduced.
People are very pro-snatch in 2020.
They are very much pro-snatch.
Everyone's trying to get snatched up.
Well, it was also the kind of thing of, like, the argument against it for it made no sense. It's like, we wanted to protect people doing online matchmaking, and it's like, is that really a concern?
You mean like through eHarmony?
No. Well, yeah, that too. I found my, if you find the love of your life in Doom Eternal,
yeah,
that would be a buck wild.
People have found
story.
the loves of their lives through video games, and not maybe Doom Eternal, but we don't know that because it has multiplayer components.
It doesn't have chat.
It doesn't have chat, but maybe you have a username. So maybe you have a real good match in multiplayer. You see that giant floating eyeball, and there's something about that giant floating eyeball that just gets you going. And you just
really,
feel like
it just cranks your motor.
It cranks your motor.
That
you know
eyeball.
that there's some sort of connection that you feel with it. And if only you could speak to that giant eyeball, but you know that giant eyeball's username is babyfart420.
Babyfart420.
So you scour the internet.
It's not so much a misconnection as a found connection.
Yeah. Thanks, Doom Eternal.
Thank you, Doom Eternal.
And they're trying to take that away with this anti-snatching technology.
That's true.
Fuck you, Doom Eternal.
Okay.
I have a question for you, JoJo.
I have an answer for you, Jeff.
Do you, though? I'm curious.
Well, all right. I mean, with that attitude, I guess not.
And this one maybe you can draw from experience.
Ooh, as opposed to when I draw from lies.
Yeah, well, when I draw you a bath.
Yeah, I can draw from baths.
Yeah, when I draw from bath. Oh, you're just killing those guys, but they're also trying to kill you. What's the best way to escape an awkward situation? And we've all been there, right?
What kind?
So,
is it romantic or unromantic? Is it a romantic awkward situation or a romantic situation?
I'm going to say a non-romantic awkward situation.
Ooh, so like a business
business situation, yes.
All right.
Like you're face to face in an enclosed space, and there's an exit, but it's not just an exit you can get to without seeming like you're obviously trying to leave the scene.
Okay.
So how do you exit this awkward situation without ruining this friendship / business relationship you have with this person?
Well, that's the thing, right? If I'm exiting this situation,
Yeah.
that damage is done.
Yeah.
So it really is like
You want to minimize the damage.
I think that time is also passed. If it's gotten to the point where I'm having to excise myself from a situation that was made awkward, it is beyond reproach a disaster of epic proportions. That means I kind of failed once already
by entering into some sort of social conduct.
Yeah, I've committed some kind of Faustian mistake where, in an effort to avoid my fate, I have in fact enabled it.
So you're saying that time is not so much a river that flows in different directions, but we are always going to be ending up in awkward situations.
Every river leads to the sea, is what I'm trying to say.
And the sea of awkwardness.
Yeah. So in this context, what you've expressed to me is, let's say I've gone in, I have a business partner of some sort, and they go in for the hug.
Right.
I'm sorry, the handshake.
Right.
I misinterpreted it, and it becomes a hug.
Right.
That's bad.
Yeah, I mean, you desperately want that.
There really is no recovery from that.
Well, and here's the thing is you have to go in for the, oh, he's so cute.
I know.
You have to go in for the hug pretty quickly because you can usually see the hug coming from a ways away.
Well, no, you just see their hand coming out.
Right.
And you make the grievous error of like, this person wants a hug. They don't.
Right. I mean, I assume that everyone wants a hug because I always want a hug.
What is happening?
I don't know. You got some sort of...
I have the speed boost power.
I haven't played this game aside from a few moments because it moves at a rate that makes my tum-tums go a little bit crazy.
Really?
Yeah, it's an awkward situation. That's an awkward situation right there.
Yeah.
Do you remember the last time you actually had well, I would say an in-person awkward situation, but that's not really the case right now.
An in-person awkward situation.
Like, can you ever? Is there something that pops up in your mind where you were just like, "That's embarrassing. I wish I could go back and do that differently." Don't say everything you do because that's the obvious answer.
I very rarely do I feel awkward. I don't feel awkward in like I feel awkward like in social settings before I've started like interacting with people, but that quickly goes away.
Gotcha.
I'm also the first person who will point out how awkward a situation is, and thus, like a lot of people say to avoid that. Not me. I'm like, yeah, no, this is awkward.
Yeah, like you got a boner at the funeral, and you're just gonna point it out right away.
That's right, because then we can all talk about it.
Yeah.
Like adults, we can talk about my funeral boner, and we can work past it.
What would be a more awkward situation
than a funeral boner?
I'm talking funeral boner, or accidental hug, but the accidental hug
had a boner attached.
Yeah, so you either have to stand. You know what?
That was me in high school. Every time I hugged a girl.
If you're the person who had the grieving, you're master griever. And you have all of the people who were there for the funeral in line coming to say, I'm sorry.
Lord Grief today.
Yeah. And they shake your hand and they say, I'm sorry for your loss. And you're like, thank you so much. And they go on. The next person pops up. The entire time, unfortunately, you forgot that it was funeral day. You're wearing sweatpants and you have a massive boner. And you're having to stand there one by one as each of these people come by, shaking their hands with your boner. Or you go in for your first business meeting and they want the hug and you give them a bit of the master boner.
I think the boner during the funeral would probably be a little bit more awkward, just on the grounds that like You can almost sort of justify, like, I'm really excited to start this new job. There's really no excuse for a boner, like, at a funeral. I'm sorry.
I mean, I can think of a few, but that's just me.
Why would you think of a few?
I mean, I'm just saying that there might be some fluctuations in temperature. Usually funerals are taking place outside.
That doesn't really do it for me.
Really? Because
I'm just never like, oh, God, it's so cold than hot.
the boner is basically the nipple of the crotch. So when it gets kind of cold.
What button are they saying to open the dossier? This one?
That one.
Oh, okay.
There you go. Yeah, the text on this game is very small.
Yeah, I'm going to just skip this. I don't need to.
Would you say that you were a master of this game?
No.
Okay.
I'm a baiter of this game.
That's
an
an awkward
amateur baiter
situation.
of this game, as in I trick people into a false sense of security.
Well, I just do it for fun on the weekends. I don't really do it professionally.
But yeah, like I said, like I haven't played this at all, just because of the anti-cheat thing. I'm playing it here for our show because I just wanted to see what it was like. Because the big thing was part of the reason they reverted on it was people were saying like, oh, it affects performance.
Does it? Are you feeling that
No.
it's affecting performance right now?
Nope.
All right.
I mean, Doom historically can run on a potato, so like, like this game is optimized so well, it's almost offensive.
Yeah, this game is very pretty, but it still runs very well on pretty much any computer I've seen it run on
Dang.
so far.
Yeah, this computer, it wasn't even top of the line when we built it. So like, dang it, this is really hard to play with the controller. I don't know how people do it.
This computer is now 2 years old?
Yeah, but when I built it out of the parts I built it out of were already a year old when I did that.
This computer's like my baby.
Yeah, this is an old computer.
I love this computer. Why? What is that wolf? Is that Balto?
It's a friend.
Okay.
And it is Balto.
Balto
He's
is
he's telling me about all the snow I need to trek through, and all the medicine I need to bring.
Yeah, you got to bring all that medicine through the snow.
Yeah, but like I'm playing on a controller, which is not good. It's not a good experience to play Doom with a controller. But I'm not noticing anything like bad.
Are we digital foundrying this right now? Are we checking the FPS?
No,
How many frames is this?
this is 60.
Oh wow.
The way you said that was so fucked up that I actually am insulted. Oh wow. Fuck you. Jesus Christ. I'm just telling you it's 60 frames. You don't have to make me feel like shit about it.
Can you set a static frame rate for this game to 69 frames per second?
No. Well, let's see. Settings.
Can you set it to 120? I mean,
Video.
usually you can go to 120.
Right now the resolution is 640 by 480.
Wow. No, it's not.
It very well might be.
That's insane.
Yeah, see, that's why this game's so wild.
Everything's high. As balls.
Resolution scaling. Yeah, the target is 60.
We can't go above 60?
Well, no, it fluctuates.
Okay.
And we don't have a monitor that can handle anything higher.
You're saying my Samsung TV that's 5 years old can't handle it?
TVs don't go higher than 60 frames per second.
Well, this one does. This one goes to 69.
No, it doesn't.
It's because of all the stuff I watch on it.
No, you're a liar. You're a liar. Really?
Yeah.
Fucking asshole. But no, there's like I noticed no performance drop playing this with the Denuvo anti-cheat, which means that my problem with it is largely philosophical.
Yeah.
Although I don't know, maybe people are having problems with it. I'm not sure.
I mean, somebody has to, or assumedly they like ran some like early tests and there was like a small percentage of users, like, and by small I mean like 0.02, and they can't necessarily put it out and say that there's no performance
they
issues.
apologized for it too.
Right.
They were like, "We're sorry we did this. We can't believe we've done this, and also we're sorry that people were experiencing performance issues."
Maybe you.
I'm gonna just be honest. Like, this feels fine. I mean, controller aside, this feels fine.
God, you PC master race person can't use a
This
controller.
is on a PC. It's just with a controller, and I'm sorry, Doom sucks with a controller. It always has. It was meant for a keyboard and mouse.
I'm gonna find an AU where that's not true.
You're gonna find an AU.
I'm gonna find an AU where keyboards and mice.
You're gonna find an Earth where it was fine using a controller to play Doom.
And also, Doom isn't called Doom. It's backwards. It's called Mood.
Doom, Mood.
Mood. Oh, you got a little blight going on.
I do. I have a robot friend who lives in my armor. I find it really weird that this game wants to have a story and just doesn't need it, and because of that, it's fucking buck wild.
I love that this game has a story because I went back and read the wiki on like all the Doom stuff, and I like me some like demonic lore. I love anything that involves like demons and gods.
Then you must love Event Horizon.
Oh, you have no clue.
With Sam Neill.
I love that game. That movie is hard for me to watch.
Really?
Yeah, it's got a spooky, scary to me.
Oh, okay.
The man's eyeballs come out.
They do pop out.
He goes to heck and back.
He does go to heck and back.
Yeah,
that's the plot.
It's a one-way trip to heck and back. Although that's technically not a one-way trip. That's a round trip.
That is a round trip. So next time on JoJo Has Fun, we're going to play another little round of Doom Eternal with the Denuvo anti-cheat on. Because honestly, this is almost like a time capsule because this shit's going away. The next update to Doom Eternal is going to revert the whole...
It's like it never happened.
Yeah, it's going to be like it never happened, so I just wanted to see what it was like.
Exercise in futility.
It is. Hey, 1-up.
All right, bye.
Bye.